of KREM 2 News. With coverage you can count on, this is Ice Storm 96.
It's definitely the case, but I was raised in Spokane. I've seen a lot of tough winters, but I have never seen a winter storm as devastating as this one is.
A sentiment felt all over the inland Northwest. Tonight, the Spokane area is declared a federal disaster area as the temperatures drop and tens of thousands must brave the cold without electric power. Good evening, everybody. I'm Charles Rowe.
And I'm Nadine Woodward. Thank you for joining us for the special edition of KREM 2 News, and we are happy to be seen tonight on Northwest Cable News throughout the Northwest. Well, it appears we are approaching crisis stage with Ice Storm 96. The power outages, we are told, a lot worse than first thought around the Northwest. For more on that, let's go live now to KREM 2's Tom Grant. He is at Washington Water Power. Tom?
Charles, Nadine, I'm here with Anne-Marie Axworthy, who is a customer service manager with Washington Water Power, and she's going to give us the latest. Anne-Marie, could you tell us how many people are still without power and how soon they will have their power returned?
Well, Tom, we're estimating that there's still close to about 60,000 customers in the Spokane area that are out of power this evening. Probably another 5,000 to 10,000 through the rest of our service territory, which is northern Idaho, down south in the Lewiston area, although the Lewiston area is looking pretty good tonight, so they expect to have everybody pretty much on later tonight.
How long before the rest of those 60,000 people get their power back?
Well, that was part of the assessment we did earlier today, which we have been telling customers previously before we really determined how severe this situation is. You know, as you can see from just being outside, how dramatic the damage is. And so as we started, we've got our transmission system in good shape, but the distribution system, and that's the system that goes directly to our customers, has lots of problems with it. So we're just gradually going through that, and we're asking customers to be prepared for an even more extended outage, possibly than the 3 or 4 days we've been talking about. But we're just gradually going to go through those feeders as quickly as we can. The good news is we're bringing in extra crews. We made calls yesterday all throughout the region, and those crews are starting to come in. We've got some coming in tonight. We usually have about 10. We'll be about 30 tomorrow and 40 by Friday. So that will help.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but 5 to 7 days for some of these people before they get power back, is that correct?
We're hesitant to say a specific date because we really don't know. We're finding more problems out there when we go out there. We'll put a line up and it'll go right back down again. But we're getting partials of some of the feeders back. Earlier this afternoon we had 1 of 37 feeders that have been out earlier today back. So that tells you how difficult this is. But there is a little bit of progress going on, but that's why we're thinking it could be extended.
Okay, and you're getting 13,000 calls here so far today. What are you telling people to do?
Well, we're telling people to plan to find alternate housing. If their power is out this evening, more than likely it will continue to be out, and possibly longer than one evening. To find alternate housing, to protect their home, to preserve food through dry ice in the refrigerator, all those kinds of precautions for the cold weather that we have.
Thank you very much. That was Anne-Marie Axworthy with Washington Water Power. Back to you, Charles, Nadine.
All right, thank goodness we're getting more crews in.
Sounds like it's going to be a cold night. As we mentioned earlier, temperatures are dropping tonight.
And for more on that, let's go now to KREM 2 meteorologist Tom Sherry. Tom?
Looking for some modified Arctic air to move into the area. Some of the current temperatures right now, Coeur d'Alene is at 23 degrees, Moses Lake 21, as is Wenatchee. Kalispell right now, Kalispell, Montana is 1 degree below zero. We expect temperatures to drop down into the teens across northeastern Washington and northern Idaho. Across extreme northern Idaho, could see temperatures drop down into the single digits. So look for an overnight low tonight of between 10 and 15 degrees under mostly clear skies. Very, very cold conditions. I'll tell you how much longer this modified Arctic air mass is going to last over the inland Northwest. Here's a complete forecast in just a few moments.
Okay, well, these temperatures and the power outages could prove to be a very deadly combination, so emergency officials are urging people to get to shelters tonight.
And that's where we find KREM 2's Brian Calladan. He's at a Red Cross shelter set up now at the Libby Elementary School in Spokane.
That's right, Charles. This is one of 5 emergency shelters that the Red Cross is working with in the Spokane area. Just about 281 people here, room for about 400. And they have just finished up dinner in the area, and they're just about to hit the sack. A lot of people heading to bed early. Let's talk right now to Joyce Cameron, who joins us from the American Red Cross. Joyce, I guess the point you're trying to get across is if folks need help, this is the place to turn, and there's room for them.
That's right. We just recently opened another shelter at the Spokane Convention Center, and we can hold about 700 to 800 people at that shelter. We do have people that are going in there. I just returned from there. People are slowly starting to trickle in. We do have the space, and we want people to know that if they feel that their safety is in jeopardy, that they need to get to a shelter, and there are shelters that are open for them, and we are not full at this point.
Right. Just about 500 people are in shelters tonight. You expect maybe 800. It's really stretching your resources thin.
It's really stressing our resources. This is something that we obviously didn't plan for, and the American Red Cross obviously is there to help people during those times of disaster. So we're hoping now that the community will pull together and help us with their monetary contributions. It's very expensive to open these shelters, feed these people 3 times a day, provide them with the clothing or the shelter and the food, and we're hoping that the community can pull together now and help us through that. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help those people. And we also have 3 other shelters that are on standby in case this weather gets worse and we need more people to house more people in these shelters.
A lot of folks helping you out already. I had met up with the Civil Air Patrol guys at Millwood last night. So many people helping out in this effort.
There really are. Aside from the United Way agencies that are helping us with all of the food, we have all of the emergency people in this community that are helping us and being very supportive.
Okay. Joyce, thank you very much. When we come back at 11 o'clock on the Night Watch, we will have a report from the Convention Center live at 11 o'clock. Charles and Nadine, back
All
to
right.
you.
Thanks, Brian. Thank goodness people have a place to go.
Indeed. We'll take a look at the ice storm damage coming up, but first let's take a look now at the addresses of those Red Cross shelters.
The Libby shelter is at 2900 East 1st, and downtown, as Brian mentioned, you can go to the Spokane Convention Center at 334 West Spokane Falls Boulevard.
In Airway Heights, you can go to the Community Center at 13120 West 13th Avenue. Up north, you could go to Diamond Affairs. You'll find that at 5201 North Regal.
Fairchild Air Force Base also has a shelter set up. That's along with the Moose Lodge on 6363 North Lidgerwood. Well, because many of these shelters need a helping hand, KREM 2 is starting up its blanket drive again. You can take donations to the Libby shelter as well as the Red Cross headquarters on 315 West Nora. Your donations would be greatly appreciated. Well, even longtime natives of the inland Northwest are saying they have never seen anything like this ice storm.
Tree debris litters most of our roads and streets in the area. Many of you escaped the limbs safely, but not so in the Whitworth area of North Spokane. On Westover Street, 4 homes in a row suffered damage to their roofs. One homeowner allowed us inside his house. There is a puncture hole where a tree limb crashed right through the ceiling. The gash is 3 feet long by about 1 foot wide. Damage at this home and several others will run well into the thousands of dollars. And take a look at this mess. Homeowners on South Altamont on Spokane South Hill woke up to this. 100-year-old maple trees snapped in half and landed on everything in their way, including this camper trailer. Power lines were ripped from homes and left dangling. Despite everything, none of the trees caused any injuries or destroyed homes in this particular neighborhood.
One of the worst hit areas is one of Spokane's historic neighborhoods, Brown's Addition. Trees and branches are scattered all over yards and streets there. Well, at least 3 people have died in weather-related accidents in the state of Washington. A hunter from Colbert was crushed near Yakima by a falling tree, and another man died near Yakima when heavy snow caused his carport to fall on top of him. An icy road may have also been a factor in a fatal accident today near the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Authorities say the driver may have suffered a heart attack after skidding off a road. In our area, the most dangerous serious injury, that is a 73-year-old man in intensive care tonight at Valley General Hospital. That's after a tree fell on him. Fortunately, though, we are told he is expected to be okay.
Coming up, we'll have the latest school closures here in the inland Northwest.
Plus, we'll show you where you can dispose of all those branches and debris from your yard.
And we'll have the latest on road conditions around the inland Northwest. Keep it right here for the special edition of KREM 2 News.
It's here.
Let me feel it.
97-626 LX5.
I want to touch it.
Customized by Mazda.
I want to hold it in my hand.
With air, cruise control, cassette stereo, power windows and locks, and more. $17,895. Or lease for $219 a month, $500 down payment.
I'm never gonna let go.
Mazda, customized for value, 626.
I got a passion for the road.
Touchstone Pictures presents Shaquille O'Neal in the story of a genie trapped in a boombox. I am the kid who set him free.
I own you, don't I?
Technically.
Stop right now!
And a friendship that's all attitude.
I'm gonna kick your butt!
Team on, loser!
Shaquille O'Neal. Kazam! Rated PG. Rent it first at Hastings. And remember, for movies, music, books, and more, Hastings is your entertainment gift store.
Get a head start on your shopping Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the 3-day sale at Fred Meyer. Save on gifts, things for the home, and clothing. There's something for everyone on your list. TVs, stereos, and phones. Take an extra 50% off yellow highlighted clearance-priced family clothing, shoes, and accessories. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. Don't forget the great food and everything you need to set a holiday table. All in one stop.
You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Thank you, Spokane. On Saturday, November 9th, hundreds of people came out in support of the KREM 2 Warm Up Spokane Blanket Drive. The donated blankets will now be distributed to local shelters and community centers. With winter arriving to the inland Northwest, the temperatures will be dropping and the snow and winds will be coming. Again, we want to thank each and every person who contributed to this important event. Special thanks go to our proud sponsors of this KREM 2 community project: Heiko Village, STA, Horizon Air, and 98 KISS FM.
Closed captioning is brought to you by your Inland Empire Toyota dealers.
As we told you a little earlier on our newscast, one of the worst hit areas is Spokane's Browns Addition.
Trees and branches there scattered all over yards and roads. And for the latest on the situation right now in the Browns Addition, let's go to KREM 2's Dan Garrity. What have you got for us, Dan?
Well, I tell you what, Charles, I've been around this neighborhood all day long. During the daylight hours, it's one thing, but at night, it is desolate. Already getting pretty darn cold, and let me show you how dark it is without our lights. These are the only things illuminating the neighborhood, but look what happens when we turn those off. A scary condition, but one that Tricia Allen is going to brave. She lives out here in Browns Addition. Tricia, you told me that you plan to stay in that cold, dark apartment tonight.
Yes, I really don't have a choice.
You're a student out here, and I guess money is pretty tight, but tell me what it's going to be like in that apartment when you go back to bed tonight.
Well, we have about 5 candles lit, and they're getting pretty short, and so probably they won't last much longer, but we don't have any food, and all of our food in our refrigerator is spoiled, and it's really cold. You can see your breath in there. And we don't have entirely enough blankets. It's freezing.
Have they talked to you any about when they might get the power back on in this area?
They said on the radio about 2 or 3 more days.
Well, good luck to you. We know it's going to be a rough one this evening. We told you last night that about 300 people were put up at Red Cross shelters. Tricia and a couple of her friends, some of the examples of people who are going to brave Browns Addition tonight. Charles, Nadine?
All right, thanks a lot, Dan.
Well, it is another night of treacherous roadways out there, and this is the case again tonight in many parts of Spokane and North Idaho.
Traffic signals all over the Spokane area are out again tonight. Washington State Patrol is warning you of patches of ice and snow on the highways. The Spokane County Emergency Service says stay away from Bigelow Gulch and the Star Roads in North Spokane. Across the border in North Idaho, state police report that I-90 outside Post Falls has heavy ice, and Highway 97 is closed just north of Harrison. Things are back to normal at Spokane International Airport. The airport was virtually shut down from last night until early this morning. The tower came back on about 1:30 a.m. While it was off, the airport could not run security X-ray machines. It was unable to move jetways to allow people to get on and off planes. The power outage also made it impossible to verify passengers' tickets by computer. STA buses are pretty much back on schedule in the Spokane area. If you do need information, you can call that number, 328-RIDE. But the lines are very busy, so please be patient.
Well, one thing we all have to consider now is the big cleanup, and all that tree debris has to go somewhere.
Much of it came right here to Manitou Park on Spokane South Hill. Now, you can take your yard waste to Manitou Park free of charge from 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. You can also dump it at Joe Albee Stadium in Spokane or High Bridge near Riverside from 8 till 4. All sites are open daily until Sunday. You can also take debris to Spokane's waste incinerator or the transfer stations through next week. Well, coming up on this special edition of... Well, coming up on this special edition of KREM 2 News, you may have to shell out some money to get your power turned back on. We'll explain why in just about 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Jason Hansen of the Detroit Lions. I'm lucky. As a Spokane native, I've had the advantages of growing up as a healthy child. But other area children aren't so fortunate. They face the added challenges of growing up with developmental disabilities, such as Down syndrome or cerebral palsy. I'm asking you to help make a difference in the lives of these children and their families. How? By joining the Spokane Guild School Foundation Endowment Fund. Please brighten the future for these children and call today.
Get this. She wants to change her name from Heather to Feather. She's very picky about her food.
Fried
Bill
chicken.
thinks he's losing his little girl and his Kentucky Fried Chicken. So last night he brings home a bucket.
Hello.
With original recipe, extra tasty crispy, and now tender roast. They'll mix it any way you want. Bill's got his fried pieces, Heather's got her roasted pieces.
Thanks, Dad.
And I've just got peace.
Mix your chicken choices any way you like it at KFC. Now mix and match an 8-piece meal with your choice of tender roast and fried chicken, 2 large sides, and 4 biscuits, just $11.99.
It's been 88 successful years, and Huffins is still Spokane's #1 hi-fi photo and video store. Right now, enjoy huge Celebrate 88 savings like these. JVC 27-inch stereo TV, only $3.99. JVC compact VHS camcorder kit with color viewfinder, just $5.99. JVC bookshelf stereo with 6 CD changer, only $2.99. Big Celebrate 88 savings at Huffins. Don't miss it!
Goodwill Industries celebrates Thanksgiving by serving a delectable free Thanksgiving dinner to people in need on Sunday, November 24th at the downtown Spokane Goodwill. At work in Goodwill's immaculate stainless kitchen, Chef Perkins promises a delicious holiday dinner from roast turkey to pumpkin pie, served in the attractive Goodwill dining room. Reservations are required as space is limited. Please make reservations by calling the downtown Spokane Goodwill by Thursday, November 21st at 838-4246, a service of Goodwill Industries and our caring community.
Well, the big question tonight, will students be heading back to class in the morning?
Here's the latest word we have right now on school closures. District 81, Spokane's big district, will remain closed tomorrow. That includes all parochial schools. Also closed are these districts: Central Valley, East Valley, Meade, and 9 Mile Falls. Classes have also been canceled for students who attend St. George's, St. Thomas More, and Gethsemane Lutheran.
Gonzaga University has also canceled classes for tomorrow. Deer Park is closed. And one note to tell you about, Spokane Community College and Spokane Falls are open, and we are told on regular schedule tomorrow. In the Spokane Valley, the School for the Little People will be closed. So will the Life Skills Center and the Oaks Classical Christian School.
Liberty School and its buses are running 2 hours late tomorrow. In Cheney, students from Garden Springs will be going to Windsor on the same buses at the same times. And in North Idaho, Bonner County School will start on time, but buses there are running 2 hours late tomorrow. Students in Reardon Edwall will also have a short day. Schools will be 2 hours late.
Well, it's a good thing that kids won't be waiting at school buses early in the morning. It's going to be awfully cold.
Yeah, we're anticipating temperatures really to drop down into the frigid zone, and we're also getting reports now of the ice really beginning to freeze up on the roadways out there, and it's kind of misleading because some of the main routes, main arterials and bus routes are in okay condition, but as soon as you hit those side streets, man, it's just like a sheet of ice out there. So if you have to head out tonight, we really want you to drive carefully. You certainly don't need to compound this problem with a traffic accident. Take you outside, show you some of the blessed thaw that was happening today as we had some sunshine. Even though the air temperature remained at or below freezing, it seemed warmer than the air temperature actually registered on the thermometer simply because we had that sun shining. Now, looks like we're going to see that sunshine again tomorrow. Right now, we have cloudy skies outside. We're even seeing a little bit of light snow up to the north of us, up into the Stevens County area. 28 degrees in Spokane because we have that cloud cover. Less cloud cover over in Coeur d'Alene. They've already dripped down to 23 degrees. 29 was our high. Last night's low, 22. There you see the record highs and record lows. Let's get some current weather right now for Moses Lake. They were cold last night, and now they register at 21 degrees. Thank goodness, not enough of a wind to create a wind chill. Relative humidity, again, this is Peninsula School, in Moses Lake, relative humidity at 91%, so pretty likely that we'll see some fog set up throughout the Columbia Basin tonight, and of course that's just going to freeze right onto the roadways and right onto the cars. All right, let's bring it back here and show you what we've got going on. This stationary front separating the cold, bitter Arctic air from the warmer air mass, that maritime air mass that moved in off the Pacific, which brought us all that precipitation. We're now seeing this draining into eastern Washington and northern Idaho. We won't get nearly as cold as what we've seen east of the Continental Divide and up into Alberta, but we're still looking for temperatures, again, to drop down into the teens. That's if the cloud cover that's over us right now begins to break up, which we anticipate, then any of the heat that we've stored here at the surface is just going to radiate right back out into outer space. You can see from our satellite picture that the cloud cover not very white, and when you see it gray like this, it indicates it's very low to the surface. This is the type that tends to break up. We still have the low pressure system up in British Columbia pumping in that cold, cold air from the Gulf of Alaska, and you can actually see it moving off the continental air mass over the ocean and back over Washington State. This system right here could bring us some snow as early as Thursday night and most likely on Friday. So we're going to probably add a little snow to these icy streets, but I think tomorrow's going to be a dry day. I think we'll also see temperatures warm into the low 40s down into the Palouse. Only upper 20s, though, expected up around Sandpoint. Upper 30s in Omak. We'll see upper 30s in Moses Lake. Probably see showers late in the day in Seattle, earlier in the day into Portland. Look for decreasing clouds later this evening. Again, if the clouds hang in there, temperatures will stay up. If the clouds leave, like we think they will, we're going to see temperatures drop anywhere between 10 and 15 degrees with that cold wind out of the northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. This can get very, very serious tonight. Morning clouds to start off the day, mostly sunny with a daytime high expected near 33. Again, maybe Thursday night some snow. Friday we'll see a little light snow around the area with a high again of 34. At least those overnight low temperatures begin to moderate. You notice when we get the cloud cover in there, we get those overnight low temperatures pumped up a bit. But again, by this evening, I think we're probably, or by tomorrow morning, I think we're probably going to see temperatures again into the teens. Now, Montana and northern Idaho, I've seen, like last night, they saw temperatures at 7 o'clock. Sandpoint, Coquihalla area saw temperatures right around 13, 14 degrees.
Well, by all means, folks, get to a shelter if you can tonight. Plenty of them are up and running. It's going to be a brutal one tonight.
Yeah, drive carefully,
Thanks, Tom.
Those of us without electric power, more experience in how to live in an igloo.
That's right.
No kidding.
Well, because of the storm, thousands of homeowners may have an expense, a surprise expense on the way, an electrician's repair bill. The damage to electrical wiring equipment at many Spokane area homes is not the responsibility, as it turns out, not the responsibility of the power company. The weight of ice and falling trees is doing all sorts of damage. Some of it the power company will fix, and some of it they won't. A Spokane home inspector today checked out dozens of situations where the homeowner needs help from an electrician because the electrical damage on the house where the power lines connect.
If there's damage like there is on this one, they need to get an electrician out and, of course, get the mast, the meter box, and all that checked out and repaired as needed, because Washington Water Power will turn their power on if their mast and their service is good to the point of connection, but that's where their responsibility ends.
Myers also says homeowners need to check on their outdoor wiring. The cost of repairs could run $500 or more.
Well, if you are among those without power, get a pen and paper ready. Here are some numbers that you may want to jot down. Kootenai Electric customers with problems should call this number. It's area code 208-765-1200. In eastern Washington, Washington Water Power customers should call 489-6104. And the number for Inland Power and Light customers is 747-7151. Now, if you need any of these numbers, but you didn't have a chance to get them right now, keep it right here on KREM 2. We will repeat them for you at the end of our newscast. Happy to say we have some good news to report just ahead.
That's right. News all skiers out there will appreciate. Keep it right here for the special edition of KREM 2 News.
Last winter was brutal, but we survived.
In our Mazda, 4-wheel drive.
Man, we plowed.
Buy a Cab Plus with $23.10 in total savings.
We survived! In our Mazda MPV, 4-wheel drive. Gives you peace of mind.
Lease for as little as $329 a month, $1,300 down payment.
Winter's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Offers end soon.
Gentlemen, our future rests on the success of this cookie.
Yes, CW. But what do we name it?
How about Wafericious? Twist out cookie.
I've got it! Chocolama!
What about you, Hurley? Well, Hurley, you're a genius.
Got milk? See Treasures of Antiquity at the Cheney Coles Museum now through December 31st. It's an exhibit so beautiful, it's hard not to stare. See Treasures of Antiquity at the Cheney Coles Museum now through December 31st. It's a larger-than-life experience by any measure. See Treasures of Antiquity at the Cheney Coles Museum and see Nike running continuously through December 31st.
You know, life can take some surprising turns. But when it comes to needing a bank, it's nice to know Washington Trust is never very far away. Sure, we have ATMs for the late PM, drive-thrus open early and late, and other services that make banking easy on you. But the real difference is our responsive people who go out of their way to get you on your way fast. Washington Trust Bank. You deal with life, we'll help you make it easier.
Scratch. How can you not?
Here's some of those phone numbers we offered earlier in this newscast. Kootenai Electric customers with problems should call 765-1200. In eastern Washington, Washington Water Power customers should call 489-6104. And the number for Inland Power and Light is 747-7151. Well, even the worst storm clouds do have a silver lining. If you look carefully enough, you'll find it.
Yeah, especially if you're a skier. 4 Inland Northwest ski resorts will open this weekend. Lookout Pass opens tomorrow for its second weekend of skiing. The resort on the Idaho-Montana border has plenty of new powder, we are told. Lookout, you remember, opened 2 weekends ago, but a big snow melt forced it to remain closed just last weekend. Silver Mountain opens Friday. The resort near Kellogg received 7 inches of new snow in the last 24 hours and now has 45 inches of snow at the top. 49 degrees north, that's near Chewelah, also opens its season Friday. That resort was dumped on by 3 feet of new snow this week. There is now 48 inches of snow at the top of the mountain. Schweitzer Mountain near Sandpoint will have its earliest opening now in 5 years this Saturday. The storm buried Schweitzer slopes with nearly 3.5 feet of new snow. 58 inches of snow now covers the mountain top. Mount Spokane received new snow as well, but has not yet moved up its planned Thanksgiving Day opening.
Boy, skiers rejoice. That's going to do it for this special edition of KREM 2 News, Ice Storm 96.
We're back at 11 with KREM 2 News Night Watch. See you then. Thanks for watching.